An exiled boy wields his axe against fate in a frozen wasteland of secrets and survival. Is this new Shonen Jump title worth checking out? Well, let's talk about it. Hello and welcome to an episode of the Spiraken Manga Review. I'm your host Zan, saying konnichiwa, aloha, bonjour, and what's up? Hope you're doing good. Hope you're excited for another fun-filled episode of this awesome podcast you can find at www.spiraken.com. We're also on Spotify, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and various other social media sites. Just type in SPIRAKN in your search bar, and I'll guarantee you find us one way or the other. And if you're watching on YouTube, remember to like, share, subscribe, and click on that bell for notifications when we release new episodes. And we've got a bunch of really cool ones and a bunch I'm really excited about. This one is going to be kind of an interesting one because this is not a physical release. This is a digital release that is available on the Shonen Jump app, so I actually had to download that. But let's actually get to it because if you remember for that last episode I spun, that one, that only, the Wheel of Manga, and it dictated their reviewing manga, well, let's get to it. That was written by Ikuo Hachiya, and this is Ice Head Gill. And this is a very different story that seems very similar to so many others. And it is the story of a great country known as the Ashen Ice. And the Ashen Ice is a country which is essentially in their winter. If you're talking George R. R. Martin, it is winter has come. And things are not doing well, and there is a young boy named Gil Sol. He is the son of Dreki Sol, a great enforcer of the king who carries the king's axe, and the leader of a group of individuals known as the Nidhogg warriors who protect and save and serve this country. Until one day 2 years ago, when allegedly Dreki Sol came and tried to kill a bunch of people. He killed half his party members, and then he killed the king's son. So, in order to save the day, Gil's minder, a very nice, very wise woman, actually troll, but a woman sent him out to survive because the country was coming to kill him. And he ended up on the island of Urchin, which is where a bunch of exiles go to survive. And for the last 2 years, he has been living there and helping out the Jagi of the island of Urchin, which is Mela. And Mela is essentially a very crazy lady who collects all the weapons from everyone on the island, collects his taxes, and pretty much makes Gil do whatever she wants, from cleaning, baking, cooking, and even doing laundry in the ice, which is hysterical because you're washing in freezing water and the clothes freezes immediately. But this is that story. And Mela, also, like I said, she collects all the weapons for the island so that there is no one who can not oppose her, but more importantly, there's no violence. If there's an issue, she's the one that deals with it. And she is taking a shine to Gil. Gil is her servant and he does all this stuff. He works for her, he cleans for her, and he's her companion. And he also collects his taxes for her, which most of the people who are on Urchin Island don't really appreciate that because they're all castaways, they're all poor. And they're getting really just like, what is it? Why are we listening to Mela? Why don't we overthrow her? But one of the lead voices of contention, a guy named Zabura, is like, whatever, we don't have to worry about her. This kid we should worry about because apparently he's the son of the guy that killed the prince. And we can get a lot of money for him. But unfortunately or unfortunately, whenever someone horrible comes to the village, it's Gil's job to protect and save the day. And Mela gives him this little tiny axe to deal with, and he kind of says, "Can I get my dad's axe back? It's my axe. He gave it to me." And she's like, "No. You can use this one. You're fine." And he ends up protecting this village in the middle of nowhere to save the day until one day something bad happens. Someone new shows up, someone who is moving oddly, who apparently was someone who his father helped. But now he's angry and evil and malicious, and the only person who can stop him is Gil. And this leads to a lot of tragedy, and more importantly, something really bad happens, and Gil must now leave Urchin Island to find out what caused this situation, and more importantly, to find out the truth of what happened to his dad. And from here, we get a 20-chapter odyssey into Ice Head Gill. Or what happens? How can this kid who's amazing with an axe, because his dad taught him to use an axe, to kick butt, save dames, and do many really cool things. For example, whenever he attacks, says, "Oh, this is gopher hunting. whale hunting, shark hunting, uh, reindeer hunting. That's his techniques and his styles, and he learns more eventually. And also, more importantly, what are the deals with the relics that his dad has taught him about in a journal that was left to him? Well, we've got to find out in this story. And I'm going to be honest, this is a story that is, well, pretty generic. Let's be honest. I'm going to zoom ahead and just get to it because this is a really generic story. It is really okay, it's the boy is being thrust into the future to find his fate and to avenge or redeem his father's sins. And other people are holding the sins of the father against him. There's a whole group of people who say, the king has said you're supposed to be executed. And they're trying to kill him. And there's more to it than that. There's a whole situation where it starts as a running gag with oh hey, he has this weird thing where he has eating alone phobia. That's literally what he calls it. And it turns out that's not the situation. Something happened, and what happened is really messed up. It's kind of a cool plot development, but you could see it coming a mile away. He does get a sidekick who helps him out, who is connected for reasons, who's first a bad kid, but then he turns good. And then you have the associate of his father, who's just as cool, just as pretty, just as dumb, but he's there to help out the day. And then there's the whole twist with the king, and, well, I'm not going to spoil it, because it's only 20 chapters, and you can read it on Shonen Jump, or you could buy it individually on the Viz app. It's a very paint-by-numbers story. I'm not going to lie. It's really paint-by-numbers. But it is something a little bit different. I do like some of the concepts with it. I do like that it is based on Norse mythology. You have a lot of elements to it that works. Like, for example, one of the horses is Schleipnir. The relics are named after the various gods. You have Balder, you have Loki, you have Thor and Odin. Nice touch. You have the 5 elements involved. You have references to Yggdrasil, the gates of hell with one L. There's the whole concept of liches, which didn't think that was a Norse element, but I do like how they've incorporated it. So that's not bad, but I've seen this done better. I've seen the whole Norse concept done, for example, Vagabond. Vagabond was done really well. My Goddess did the Norse concept in a very unique way, where you had the 3 fates, Beldandi, Skuld, and Erd, as young women. There are elements that work in this series, but it is overall a very generic story. Now, how's the art? The art is Shonen Jump. It is paint by numbers. You've seen this hundreds of times. If you put Gill next to Gon, next to young Goku, you could not tell them apart. Same spiky hair, same expressions, same nothing really different with it. The design of the liches is a little bit of a new innovation, I will say that. Spoilers, there are liches in this. But overall, it's a manga. It's fun, it's different. There's a reason why this is only 20 chapters. I believe it was canceled, but they do the whole story. There's no, what'll happen next time? No, they complete the whole story, point A to point B. There's no more to it. There's no real shonen power creep, except for one thing, which you see coming. You're like, oh, he's got a, yeah, okay, we see that coming. There's a little bit of a twist at the end where they speed it up, but nothing too crazy. So for all these reasons, what am I going to say? Well, let's be honest. I'm going to have to give this our rating of, well, a gift from your crazy Aunt Mariel. It's okay, but in the end, forgettable. It's a Shonen Jump limited series because it was canceled. So it's not bad, not great though. It is the standard Shonen art style. They can improve on it, but I don't think they would. The Norse references are used well, but it does feel very forced. Like, oh, the horse's name is Schleipnir. Clever. Okay, and what about this power that's lightning? Oh, we could use Thor for it. Okay. And Odin's ability is ice. Okay. And Loki's ability is, all right. It's very forced, and they don't do anything new with it. And this is a very generic story. The difference is the liches, which adds to it, but overall, I'm not going to remember this next week. It's okay, but now if you agree with me or disagree with me, you can email me personally at Zan, that's Xan, at Spiraken.com, or tweet me at Spiraken. Let me know your thoughts on if you enjoyed this, didn't like this, or thought it was bad. And for the random question of the week, it's going to be very simple. Which Norse-inspired stories are your favorite? Do you like just the generic, like I said, Vinland Saga, or are you looking for something more like the Beowulf manga adaptation, or are you wanting something a little more innovative like Oh My Goddess? Or are you into something a little more, let's not focus on the Norse gods, let's focus on Norse culture? Let me know. Email me, zansparkin.com, tweet me Sparkin. And so with that in mind, let's actually get to the next part, which is most popular. And what are we talking about? We're talking about the manga releases for the week. And for the week, we've got some really good ones. First off, we've got Wolf Girl and Black Prince, Volume 12. Witch and Mercenary, the light novel, Volume 2. Uncle from Another World, Volume 11. Thunder 3, Volume 3. This seems odd and weird. Succubus and Hitman, Volume 8. The Strange Adventures of a Broke Mercenary, Volume 10 of the light novel. A Star Brighter Than the Sun, Volume 1. Skip Beat, Volume 50. Sketchy, Volume 5. Sakamoto Days, Volume 16. Rent a Girlfriend, Volume 29 of the light novel. Reliving My Life and with a Boyfriend Who Doesn't Remember Me, Volume 3. One Piece, Volume 108. My Special One, Volume 9. My Love Story in College, Volume 14. This is the sequel to My Love Story. They've continued it where he's now in college. I actually did not expect this, and I'm really excited to see where this goes. My Hero Academia Team Up Missions, Volume 6. Monster Guild, The Dark Lord's No Good Comeback, Volume 8. Medalist, and this is going to be Volume 7 of the series. Licorice Recoil, Volume 2. Lot of Count Family, the light novel, Volume 3. Like a Butterfly, Volume 11. Let's Do It Already, Volume 4. Killer Shark in Another World, Volume 3. Keep Your Hands Off Isaacin, Volume 7. The Invisible Man Is Soon to Be Wife, Volume 5. Initial D Omnibus, Volume 5. This one is going to be the 15, 16, 17 of the manga series. I Think I Turned My Childhood Friend Into a Girl, Volume 8. I Got Married to the Girl I Hate Most in Class, Volume 1. Holy Regally, When the Heavens Break and Fall, Volume 5 light novel. Hitomi-chan is Shy with Strangers, Volume 10. Gunsmith Cats, the Omnibus Book 1. Gunsmith Cats has finally been re-released by Dark Horse, and this omnibus looks really cool. Guilty Smile. This is Volume 2. The Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation, Volume 9. This is the comic. 4 Lives Remain, Tetsuya Enda Before Spy Family. It's a one-shot series. The Emperor's Caretaker, Volume 1. The Disabled Tyrant's Beloved Pet Fish, Volume 4. This is the special edition and the regular edition. Dead Rock, Volume 1. Dark Gathering, Volume 12. Demons of the Shadow Realm, Volume 7. Defrag, Volume 18. Brunheld and Krimheld. This is I believe it's a one-shot series, not entirely sure, but this one is another Norse series, kind of cool. Blue Box, Volume 14. Becoming a Princess Knight and Working at a Yuri Brothel, Volume 4. Asumi-chan is interested in lesbian brothels, Volume 5. Apothecary Diaries 13. We finally get to find the fallout of that. Mao Mao now knows that Jinshi has something extra. What's going to happen? We're going to have to wait and see. Anyway, I'm Falling in Love with You, Volume 6. Alpi the Soul Sender, Volume 6. Ado, Volume 7. And last and certainly not least, we've got The 100 Girlfriends Who Really, 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 Really Love You, Volume 13. And these are the manga releases for the week. Which ones are you most excited about? Let me know. Email me, zansparkin.com, or let me know which ones you're not excited about, the ones that you don't want to ever see on the Wheel of Manga. Let me know. Email me, zansparkin.com, or tweet me, Sparkin. For me personally, I'm excited about Dead Rock Volume 1, because it's a new series that looks pretty innovative. 4 Lives Remain Volume 1 is more stuff by Tetsuya Endo that was released before Spy Family, including the prototype of Blade of the Moon Princess. and I want to see how that looks compared to how it became. Could be good. Gunsmith Cats, like I said, huge fan of Rally and Minnie, so picking that up. I got married to the girl who I hate in class. This seemed like such an interesting concept for a forced marriage because of the fact that their grandparents are in love with each other and they're forcing them to get married. And it should be good. Don't know though. We're going to find out. And A Star Brighter Than the Sun, this one seems to hit all those unique notes. So we're going to see how it goes. But let me know what your thoughts are. Anyway, as usual, thank you for checking out this podcast. Every email I get, every comment I get, every new message, it gives me more motivation to keep doing this. I love doing it. I want to keep doing this. So an old man who reads manga with thick glasses and large print. Let me know your thoughts. Also, if you like that I'm doing more digital manga, let me know. Do you want me to do more digital manga, or would you prefer me to actually have the physical manga in my hand so I can show it to you? Email me at Spiraken.com or tweet me at Spiraken. And last and certainly not least, something kind of important, we are still doing our GoFundMe at gofundme.com/Spiraken or tinyhero.com/Spiraken, or you can scan this code right here. Help me fix my laptop and, more importantly, keep this podcast running. I love doing this, and I don't ask you for much, likes, shares, but in this situation, I need a little bit of help. But let me know your thoughts. But regardless, even if you send me an email or message me or just tell a friend about it, I appreciate it. But regardless, thank you for checking out this podcast. And as usual, let's get to the part that you've all been waiting for. And what are we talking about? We are talking about that one, that only, the Wheel of Manga! Yes, friends, the Wheel of Manga, except no substitute. Now, what is the Wheel of Manga? The Wheel of Manga is a wheel of fortune with 10 slots on. What we're going to do is we're going to spin the wheel. Whatever number it lands on, the manga that's in that spot is what I'm going to review in the next episode of the Spiraken Manga Review, episode 582. Almost to 600. Let's see if we can make it. So let's spin and see what we're going to review in the next episode, shall we? I'm kind of excited to see what we get. Got a couple more digital mangas on here, and I've got some more which are a little bit more traditional, but let's see. Number 3, Takeshi from the Bike Shop. This one is one which was released recently, and apparently it's about a older lady who likes a younger guy, or it's a younger girl who likes an older guy. Don't know, but we're going to find out. Anyway, as usual, I am your host, Zan. I'm Gonzville. Catch you guys next time. And as always, keep reading manga. I'll see you later.